Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab, a weekly podcast reviewing games from the Game Pass collection, bringing you three unique perspectives. Bringing you four unique perspectives, bringing skill range. So we have a special guest this episode. I am Michelangelo this episode. Andrew, with me, our Raphael, Keith.
Hello.
Our special returning guest, our Donatello, my brother, Aaron.
Hello.
And the one who didn't have a favorite Ninja Turtle, so she gets the last one, our Leonardo, Liz.
Hey, guys.
And this week was a listener request, and not only for the game, but also he requested that you join us. So thank you so much. Thank you, Hammer Dad with a drum pad, who requested that we played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, and also requesting that Aaron join us for this episode.
Oh, Aaron's got a fan.
Yeah, inadvertently, I was on that last episode, which is just kind of how timing works out. So it's not even like a special surprise. I was literally here on the last episode. But
I know. I don't know if he probably would have changed his request after listening to that episode. He's like, ooh,
yeah.
Aaron was not good that
He
episode.
heard that one as like, woof.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Crap all over his game.
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a 2D side-scroller beat-em-up that is brought to you by Tribute Games and Dotemu. Hopefully I said that properly. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is a homage to the original classic arcade beat-em-up style games that you've played when you were a kid. Well, some of us as a kid. I guess, some of our listeners are pretty young, and this is probably actually a new genre to you. But the story of Ninja Turtles is, you're Ninja Turtles and you're fighting Shredder. In this one, you're chasing after Krang's robotic body as it's slowly getting assembled, and Shredder's involved. I didn't quite get the story. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty much non-existent. I mean, you kind of pop in there every once in a while and get a little bit of a story, but there really is not a lot there. Because that's not why you're playing the game.
Yeah,
No, it's absolutely not.
It's like comic book storytelling at best. You beat a level and they give you, like a little image, and they kind of all yell at the same time, and that's that.
Yep.
Cowabunga!
Wait, did we skip Gamer Pass?
Oh.
Well, we are all thrown off. Aaron, you are...
What did I do?
That is true.
You got us all worked up.
Thank you, Liz.
My bad.
So, going around, I'll start. For me, this was a game, almost a definite game as well. So, I grew up, as well as Aaron, we grew up with these classic arcade beat-em-up style games. Absolutely love Ninja Turtles. Which one did we have on Sega Genesis? Was it Turtles in Time?
No, Turtles, if you remember, Turtles in Time did not exist on the Sega Genesis. So I believe that was on the Super Nintendo, and I believe you could play it in the arcades. We used to play it at the local Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
But I believe those were the only two. I do not remember what the name of it was on Sega Genesis. I just remember the Ninja Turtles game. That's all I remember.
Yeah. So for me, this game nails it like right on the head on like the play style, but also improves it. To me, this didn't feel like it was a game that was stuck in time. It felt like they modernized it a little bit to be accessible, and I had a ton of fun with this game.
Was it the Hyperstone Heist?
Oh, actually, I think it was.
Yeah, that sounds
very familiar.
Because I definitely remember there being a stone.
I remember something being heisted.
Yeah, I remember something being
was.
heisted. I very much remember that.
Aaron, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, this is a game for me. Right above Garden Story, just
slightly above
everything. No, this is a great game. Although you're saying things right now that are really making me think, though. Has there ever been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that wasn't a side scroller? I think they've always been that way forever. Which is crazy to me because the Ninja Turtles have been around for a long time.
There's side scroller platformer type games, but. Yeah, there's other styles. I mean, remember, there was actually a 2D fighter game we once rented on Sega Genesis.
I do not recall that.
Oh.
But I do... I mean, the difference between a side-scroller and a side-scroller beat-em-up is, like, maybe a little bit of 3D built in there.
Yeah, like
but
2.5.
It made me think about that because I was like, you know what? This is the only type of Ninja Turtle game that's really ever existed. And it's great. And now, mind you, it's repetitive. It's 16 levels. And even the levels that are varied are still kind of the same thing. But that doesn't mean it's not fun. And it's fun, obviously, play with a lot of people. I played it once with 4 people, and that was a little bit chaotic. I can't imagine what it's like with 6. But it's a ton of fun. It's a a fun way to spend an hour or two playing it with some friends. Just enough in there to keep you entertained and enough things to kind of make you laugh and smile and say, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of with Aaron. Like, I think I might have enjoyed it a little bit more so. I thought it was really cool, and I was, like, really excited about it. And even played, like, a little more than having just beat it with you, Andrew. So I thought it was really good, but I think the repetition of it was what kind of got me. I think what I liked about it is obviously all the nostalgia is built into it, but the weirdest part of the nostalgia that I liked was I remember these games just feeling so hard when I was a kid, and now it just felt so beatable that I was enjoying it, and I liked it. So it is a game for me.
For me, it's a game. I didn't really love it because I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but for me, I wanted more story and personality from the Turtles. I mean, for me, whenever I think of the Ninja Turtles, I think of the 1990 movie with Judy Hogue. And that's my favorite Ninja Turtles movie. And fun fact, my dad actually went to school with the actress who played April, Judy Hogue, and my sister met her once, and I guess she's super nice. And but so for me, it's just like, I mean, even like I like that they had like the pizza party aspect of it, but just like when they're like standing around talking about pizza and stuff, like I just miss their like interactions and stuff. I want more like cutscenes with them or something.
I didn't think about it.
I mean, the pizza is literally 90% of what the Ninja Turtles do, so that is kind of it.
No, but
there's not really a whole lot
I get
more.
what Liz is saying though, because I didn't really think about it. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of personality to the Turtles. It was
and
very
they are
flat.
different.
Yeah, like in terms of it being kind of a reboot on the old school game, and it did a very good job, like Andrew said, of feeling like it without being a clone of it or just a port of it. It really lacked on an opportunity to like do some fun things, and I
Especially because it's short.
Yeah,
this definitely isn't a game for like people who don't know the classic beat 'em ups, because you make a good point. Like, if someone literally did not know who the Ninja Turtles were and played this game, they would they would not think about like, oh yeah, this, Michelangelo's the party dude, Raphael's, the rude one. Like, you wouldn't think about that playing this game.
yeah. What's with the pizza
it doesn't
then?
show much.
What is with giant turtles eating pizza? If you don't know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that is.
Okay, first off, who doesn't know who the Ninja Turtles are at this point?
That is also a very good point.
They have multiple shows on Nickelodeon. So you can literally, every kid out there has a subscription to Paramount Plus. Every kid out there. It's the hottest in streaming services. And they're watching the Ninja Turtles all the time. You can still go into the toy aisle, and there's still Ninja Turtle toys. I would somewhat reverse the argument, though, that if this is trying to capture the classic vibe of the originals, which it does, those didn't have cutscenes.
That's true.
Those didn't have a whole lot of personality. Those were just drop you in and run you through the game. So technically, this is more attached to what the originals are.
Do you think that this
maybe
has the same replayability, though? Because when I'm playing it a second time through, I don't see the replayability. So for me, like, I was playing Casey Jones a second time because I unlocked that character, and he was a lot slower. But for me, like, the levels are the same. I was anticipating everything. So for me, I didn't find it fun the second time. I mean, I could see, like, maybe if you have a group of friends and they hadn't played it before, I might be able to enjoy it, but I feel like when it comes to like the classic games, they had more replayability.
I also think that's a issue of time, though. I mean, think about this. I mean, Andrew and I, obviously, we grew up with a Sega Genesis. We would constantly re-rent Mutant League Hockey.
Oh gosh, that game was fun.
We rented that game so much.
And we could replay games, I think, when we were kids, because I think it was just different. Like, you didn't have as much immediate access to things.
But shouldn't they add more then? I mean, your point is like, oh, it's like the old time, but if people are playing differently, then wouldn't you change it then?
I'm not disagreeing. Like, I think that this game tried to do some elements to make things different. For instance, although I want to kind of argue against this a little bit just because I think this is kind of crappy, you do upgrade your characters in this game. I don't know what you're upgrading. I don't know what difference it makes. But there did seem to be an element of like, okay, well, let's have you go back and play as different characters and then you can upgrade those characters. I don't know what any of that does. but it does seem like it tried to do that. I think that is a weak part of the game.
If you go, when you're in the level select part of the world map, if you press X, go to the turtle layer, and there's a screen that shows you, like when your character levels up, what you unlock. So there is a sheet showing you what you unlock. So it varies from, maybe you get some health points.
Did any of you see that, though?
Yes.
I never saw that. Did anybody even?
No.
That's why I brought it up.
I looked at it, but it's the same for every single character, so there's really nothing that varies to it. And none of it was really noticeable. Like the health, sure, and the extra ninja super attacks, because then you had extra super attacks. But outside of that, I wasn't like, oh man, I got this new damage. Now I'm just really having an easy time, because I wasn't really having a hard time to begin with. And I wasn't playing on the hardest difficulty, so I could have done that to increase my difficulty, obviously. But I didn't feel like making it harder was going to make it more enjoyable. It just felt like it was going to be harder, and it was going to take more hits.
See, I think this game knew what it wanted to be, and I think it nailed it. Like Aaron was saying, like this is meant to be like the classic beat 'em up. It isn't something you are going to sink 40 hours in. This is clearly a game you and your buddies are going to play maybe over a weekend, like an evening. The time to beat, you're looking at like 2 to 3 hours. It's very short. Yeah, Aaron said 16 levels. Each one takes you about 5 minutes each. Like that's it. Yeah, the levels don't vary much difficulty. Like it doesn't add more enemies or different gameplay. So I think this game knew what it wanted to be. I do agree. I do wish there was maybe some more modernizing elements to it. So you do have 6 playable characters. The 4 Ninja Turtles, Splinter, April, and Casey Jones. And I wish there was like more combos. So you got to, you at the beginning it gives you a very basic tutorial, but I wish each character had like special combos. Each character has their perks. If you're playing the story mode, if you're playing arcade mode, everyone's the same. But in the story mode, like Raphael has extra power. Michelangelo is like a little bit faster. Like they had like different perks kind of things with them. I didn't notice too much of a difference though. And I wish like if I played Michelangelo, he had different moveset combos. I thought it'd been kind of cool that way.
I agree.
I felt like essentially though, anyone I'm playing kind of felt about the same.
I feel like speed changed a lot with the characters. Like I definitely felt that, especially when I switched to Casey.
We're complaining Casey Jones is the best character.
He felt slow. I'm not saying he's not the best character. I mean, I don't really have a favorite character. But I did love his taunt. I like. Did you guys like the taunt?
Oh yeah,
I thought that was really cool. Because,
better up, Scuzz Bucket.
Yeah, because when you're fighting the bosses, the Y button is amazing, and being able to like get that from the taunts are really cool.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the game has an issue for me, is it doesn't know what it wants to be, and I think that's where I disagree with you, Andrew. Is it wants to be a little bit modern. It wants to have these little level up features, and it wants to have these little tweaks of the characters, but it doesn't want to modernize it in any other way. It doesn't want to bring any dialogue into it. It doesn't want to bring any cutscenes. It wants to be a short game, but it doesn't exceed in either of those, because if you're going to just focus on the short game aspect of it, give me 4 or 5 hours. Give me 20 to 30 levels. Actually make them vary. Maybe one that's like more of a mini game, something like that. It's just do more of what you would have done in a Nintendo game or a Sega game back in the 90s, or really dive into that. Still make it just a simple side scroller beat 'em up, like Castle Crashers. Like there was different weapons in there. Every character felt different, and there was like 20 of them. There doesn't need to be 20 characters in this game, but that was like, and that was what, 15 years ago, and that felt like a modern 2D side scroller. And honestly, I'd still play the heck out of some Castle Crashers today if I could, or if I had people to play with.
So Keith, you told me you didn't really grow up with the Ninja Turtles, right?
Not watching them. I did play the heck out of these games because I remember.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember like I was telling you, like all the different. Well, and I didn't remember that they were called the Foot Clan, but I remembered all of the different enemies, the robots, like all of that stuff. I was like, all of this feels familiar. This game felt familiar to me.
Okay, I thought you were like, wait, they're turtles?
No. What is this?
What's going on with this lunacy?
And I could see where, like, we're all in our 30s, And so, we all have... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin the illusion here. But, this was obviously something we grew up on as kids, was playing these games and playing old Sega Genesis games. And Keith, I think you just bring up a good point. And I think this would be jarring for anybody that didn't grow up playing these games, because if you do strip away the modern elements that exist in every video game right now, yeah, this would probably not be a very fun experience. Like, it'd be okay, but I could see you going 3 levels into this thing and just be like, yeah, okay, it's not enough for me. So for me, nostalgia alone is going to carry me through this thing. And I end up on the other side of it going, that was a good time. That was fun. I would still do that again. And I didn't really focus a whole lot on, well, if only they gave me this, if only they gave me that. It kind of felt like, yeah, that's what they wanted to do, and I thought they did a pretty darn good job of it, and I'm satisfied. But I could see, if you are somebody that did not grow up with these games, you would hate this because of those lacking.
See, the one modernized thing that they did in this game that I think I absolutely loved, because this has always generally been a complaint with me with any beat 'em up, is they have a dodge. You can actually dodge and roll. Yeah. And that is something that doesn't exist. Like,
wait, what was the dodge button?
B.
B.
I didn't use that. I just did jump.
That's not bad.
And it's
so
not,
you really don't need it.
It helps a lot. This is why you needed more of the pizzas.
Yeah, it does.
Because, yeah, like, it's not an overpowering dodge either, because, like, a lot of games, like, when you dodge, you have, like, a brief window of invincibility. That's not the case for this. This is just a way to kind of do a short distance travel. And I loved it. I loved that they added a dodge button. To me, it made the combat feel so much more fluid and responsive, and it felt like this game had more skill. Because I feel like that was always just the thing with classic beat 'em ups, is you go up to someone and X, 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 and eventually they'll maybe get a punch in on you, and you can't really do anything about it. Like, you gotta, like, stop your moves and, I don't know, wiggle out of the way. It's awkward. So I love that they just added this dodge button and made the game feel so much more fluid. And I think that was just a nice modernized touch to it.
There was one modern thing about this game, though, that absolutely rules. And that is the soundtrack.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The soundtrack on this game is so good. On certain levels, Andrew kept pointing it out. He's like, I like this song. And then I'm listening for it. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, actually. Where back in the 90s, when we were playing it, you just get those stinking MIDI files that'd be playing, and that was the soundtrack. Because they were 16-bit games. So in this case, I mean, you're getting full-fledged songs, and it just totally captures that kind of ninja rap feel to it. Man, it was so good. That is absolutely the best modern part of this game.
Oh, and that was great too. Like, the soundtrack too isn't just like modern rap. It had like a very Ninja Turtle song for like a different genre of music. Like, they had like a rock one, they kind of had a punk one. Yeah, they had like a rap one. It was great. Loved the soundtrack of this game so much. But
Super good.
And this is also a weird thing too. I feel like this is always the opposite that we've always complained. The music's too quiet. And actually, when you go to the options, it defaults to 80 out of 100. So you can crank the volume up, but even when you crank it up, it's still not that loud. I'm like, dang it, this is the first time in a game that I actually am complaining the soundtrack's too quiet.
Well, I mean, if we're covering all of the modern bits, I guess we might as well wrap up the very final one, and that's multiplayer. Right? Because I think that's
oh my gosh, online multiplayer.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool, and that was what made it playable. Because if this was couch co-op only, I will say I sat down and I played with the kids, 4 and 10, and that worked all fine, and that was fine. It was fun. It was a good game that I was able to play with them. But if this only had couch co-op, it would not have been nearly as fun. The ability to play online, like to jump into a game with you guys, or even public matchmaking, was, I think, one of the things that made that much better. Especially for someone like me who tends to play only at night when everyone is in bed, so.
As great as this game is to play alone, it is always more fun to join with friends. Unfortunately, it can be difficult to find someone to play with, and joining randoms is always a mixed bag. Luckily, there's now an easier way with our new sponsor, eBlitz, the social app for gamers. How eBlitz works is you create a profile, add some of your favorite games, write a quick message about yourself, then you can browse other gamers that match your tags or games you like. Now all you have to do is swipe right on those you're interested or swipe left to pass. If you have a match, you join a chat within the app and you can coordinate your game time. But what if you end up matching with someone who has serious gamer rage like Keith? Well, you can return to the app and rate them on a 5-point scale to help others avoid the toxicity. eBlitz covers a wide array of games from competitive to cooperative like Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, Minecraft, and many more. eBlitz is fast, easy, and free, so check it out today on the Apple Store or Google Play, or go to www.eblitz.gg for more information. Bringing up, though, the online play, though, Keith. So I've played it with online play with both Aaron and Keith here, and I had lag issues. I felt like it wasn't nearly as bad playing with Keith, but it was worse playing with you, Aaron, which is odd because, we play online games and we never have any sort of connectivity issues. So I couldn't tell if this game was like a peer-to-peer connection or there actually is like servers for this game.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, and we're a state away.
Yeah.
So we're what, a 4-hour drive from each other. So it's not like you're West Coast, I'm East Coast, or anything like that. We're relatively close to each other, and I've played games with peer-to-peer connections before, and I've never seen anything like this. When you and I were playing, I was sitting at a 280 to a 310 ping, like the entire time. It booted us out of matches a few times, which was kind of odd. So we had some weird connection issues going on there. I would get some weird lag spikes that would happen with it. So
yeah, a lot of
whether it was on a
disconnecting.
server. Yeah, it was just really, it was really strange for a game like this. This just doesn't feel like you need intense servers to keep this thing up and running. So I guess something to be aware of if you are playing with friends. We did have some at least recent connection issues here. So not saying it's always going to be the case, but at least when we played, we did have some
I think
issues.
it's got to be peer to peer. Like
I think
Aaron
so.
said, there can't be that big of servers because even when I was doing like looking for friends within the game, sure, someone has to open up a public game. I couldn't find anybody ever, and we left our game open pretty much the entire time we played, and no one ever joined us. So I just don't think a lot of people are looking for online play. I think they're playing it almost like Nintendo style.
Yeah, as much as I enjoy the online play, I think couch co-op's my favorite. Liz, I played it with you and your sister, in which your sister really doesn't play video games.
Yeah, and I mean, there were sometimes where she was getting more kills than me.
Yeah.
So I definitely felt like it was I forget what I was going to say. I really think it was great with couch co-op.
Oh, this is a super fun game to play with friends, like in the same room. Like I still had a ton of fun playing with, Aaron and Keith here, but just having some beers and just, maybe get like a bowl of popcorn and just mindlessly play this game. It's a ton of fun. Like I wish I had, 5 friends to bring over my house to play. I really wanted to try 6-player. I never did 6. I only did up to 4. I know, Liz, you were complaining a lot about losing your character. I don't know if you guys had that issue.
Oh, a little bit, but that's a Liz thing. I don't think most people would have issues with that.
No, I was right on board with you. I did a 4-player with some random guys, and it absolutely was chaotic. Like, I was getting lost constantly.
Were you all turtles?
So I'm with you. I think
See, that was what I was gonna guess. Is I struggled a little bit of it when I was playing with you, Andrew, but you were playing Casey Jones and I was playing, I think, Michelangelo. I don't remember. I was playing a turtle, but I remember
one of the green ones.
A few times I was like, "Oh, what am I doing? I'm following you." Like, and that was more like Liz. Like that was just a me thing. But if I was playing with 4 people who were all turtles and there's 6 guys in a purple outfit and a blue outfit, and you're blue and green and blue and purple, like, or green and purple, like, you're just blending in with everything, and it's a chaotic mess, I'm sure.
That's why I would just jump to find myself. That was just like my go-to whenever I was a little bit confused.
Oh, yeah. That's how you always find your character. You're the one jumping.
I also feel like 99% of the time, because I was finding collectibles and stuff, I never realized that I accidentally grabbed a pizza. And I remember there was one that was like, they have like little awards at the end. And one of them was like Pizza Hoarder or something like that. Because I accidentally kept running into them. Same with all the traps. But that's another thing that I feel like they could have done a little bit more is like more collectibles and stuff. There are a lot of hidden things, but when it comes to replayability, they have like different things that you can aim for in each level, like different things, like don't get hit a certain amount of times by traps or whatever.
Challenges.
Yes, challenges, that's the word. And then the collectibles. But I mean, we got all the collectibles in the first run.
Yeah.
And then
They're
the
not very hard to find.
challenges, I mean, some of the challenges are really easy. Some of them
are very hard. There's a
Yes.
couple where you don't get harmed within that level, and that's pretty difficult to
Yeah.
do. I didn't quite understand the purpose of challenges, though. Did they award bonus XP?
I don't think they
Does
tell
anyone
you
know?
they do, but I suspect they do only because of the fact that once you complete them, you can't do them again. And it does award you, like, I noticed you get a chunk of XP after every level. So I think it's dependent on your performance in the level is what it is, between, like your hit streak, your KOs, and your challenges, I think. But I don't know. It doesn't explain that to you. And I don't really care that it doesn't, because I don't know. It just doesn't really matter. But it would be kind of nice to know if you're going to put something in there, at least have some way for me to find out.
I mean, I like that they added the challenges.
Yeah.
I do agree. I don't think they did much, but it was just at least kind of something fun to achieve.
I was just say, especially because there's some that are like, kill robots by super attacks, or throw people into the pit. So it really like tried to guide you into doing something a little different than just XXXXXXXXX dodge.
So does it tell you when you enter the level what the challenges are?
You can press pause at any time and see what the challenges were.
Oh, but it
in-game.
doesn't come up when you're going into the level.
No.
Because I never knew what they were. That red script would come up saying that
Yeah,
you
that we
failed.
failed.
And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that there were
Well.
challenges.
You reminded me of something, and it's a stupid thing, but what a nice online play feature that if one person hits that pause button, it doesn't pause the game for the other button or for the rest of the people.
Yeah, but also too, at that same token though, people can't progress the game if one person's standing still.
That
so
is true. I will
You
give
could
you
be paused, and people still can't move on.
that is a valid point. We did encounter that actually when I had to put my controller down for a minute.
Yeah, and I'm just literally doing circles around you, waiting for you.
So valid point. But yeah, I like that. At least if you're going to have to push the pause button to do challenges, because maybe we're playing and maybe you care about challenges and the other person doesn't do challenges, but they don't want to be paused every time you're pulling up the menu. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Minor quality of life thing that I thought was nice.
but I wanted to ask you guys though, did you guys have a favorite boss fight? I bet you had a least favorite boss fight.
Was yours the rat one?
Oh.
The least favorite?
Probably.
Gosh,
The
I
Pied
hated
Piper is
that
really
rat.
annoying.
The rat is pretty bad. We kind of had a bugged one with the
Yes,
the rhino.
No, the Metalhead, the Iron Turtle.
He-
Oh no, was that with
he
Keith?
That was me and you, where he just
He kept
disappeared.
charging.
Ah,
We did the rhino. He kept charging, like he wouldn't stop charging.
Yeah.
That was all of the enemies. That was a really big gripe. Now, and it wasn't ever really unplayable, but the AI in the enemies was so wonky, and you just randomly have an enemy that wouldn't really do anything, or it would just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. The Rat King, I think, was programmed like that, which is why he was awful. But yeah, Andrew,
yeah. I think
we
he had stages of damage where he would go back on his truck.
no, it wasn't stages, because there was at least one fight I remember, because I went back to do an achievement where I had to fight him, and I literally punched him one time and he jumped away. Like, he jumped down, I ran over, I punched him, and then he jumped back up. I was like, what is going on? So there's no rhyme or reason to that boss. He's just dumb start to finish, and easily the worst. But I think I only really had two unplayable bugs, and that was with you, Andrew, where we were fighting him, and I think one of them just punched him out of existence, and the other one, it was just a
You
yeah,
win.
it was just like a drop off, but that was more like a server disconnect, I think. So not
Andrew,
as
I
huge.
feel like you really hated a lot of the enemies, because as we were playing, you're like, oh, these guys are the worst. No, these guys that throw and disappear, they are the worst. And it was like with every single new enemy.
I mean, that's literally like a line with a lot of beat 'em up games. There's always a particular enemy you see, and you're just like, God, why is this guy on the screen?
But I think for you, it was a lot of them. At one point, I was wondering, are you even enjoying playing?
Well, it's funny because I think it's funny. There was a green foot soldier that annoyed all of us, and that was always one of your catchphrases when you played Perfect Dark. You and your sister, that you hated Green Man. Green Man just keeps poking you with the spear.
I hated the sand guy. The sand feet. They really look like
the mole guy, the guy that would dig.
Yeah. It was in the other
Yeah.
world, right? and he had like little holes in them.
Oh yeah, I only
had
fought
holes
that
in
guy
him?
once.
No, they would pop out of the sand during one of the levels.
Oh, are you talking about like the pizza aliens?
Yeah, they were
yeah.
sand.
No, they're pizza.
Yeah, that was
No, but they were pizza made out of sand. There was like quicksand looking, and they would come up out of the
I
sand.
think it was just like melty, gross looking pizza. Like if you've ever seen Spaceballs, Pizza the Hut, he's not made of sand. He's just drippy, gross pizza.
Yeah, but then why not have like a cheese texture? It would definitely look like sand to me. I don't know. What it was pizza sand. Well, let's call it pizza sand.
You know, pizza.
They were
was,
my least
yes.
favorite.
I would like
What
to
about
know.
least favorite?
Keith looks like he wants to argue so bad.
I'm just curious how you can differentiate cheese versus sand in that situation. Now I understand
Because-
they climbed out of sand. I get that much.
No, it's. I feel like
But they
it's
had
very
pepperonis.
easy to make it. No, I know they're supposed to look like pizza, but they came from the sand and they had like it falling off of them, like the
But where-
sand.
where did the
If they
pepperonis come
wanted it
from?
to be pizza, they could have just had some cheesy ground. No, but they had sand, and it was the
Where
same color
do
when they came
mummies
up.
come from?
If
I don't care where
if I can
mummies come
play,
from.
if I can play devil's advocate here, I am kind of on Liz's side. I didn't really like break it down in my head that I was looking at sand pizza, but it did feel
think I know
more
what it
like a
is.
desert-y area with pizza monsters. Because Keith, what you're implying is that the land was all made of cheese,
It could have been.
and that these pepperonis morph out of cheese land. I don't know what sounds more crazy. Does pepperoni morphing out of cheese land sound more crazy than pizza coming out of
No,
sand?
see,
I mean, there's all kinds of things in sand. Maybe someone dropped pepperoni
That's
in
true.
the sand.
But see, here's the thing, right? If
That's
you
true.
go and you look at like Candyland, everything you have like rivers made of chocolate. Why can't the rocks in the cheese sand just be
But did it look
pepperonis?
like cheese? Did it look like cheese?
It did.
that
It looked
sand look
drippy,
like cheese?
Wet cheese.
What were you doing while you were playing the game, Keith? That made it look different. Because I don't think.
Andrew, you have to be the tiebreaker here. What is it?
I think
Well,
Andrew's
I'm trying to
look it up.
Google it to see what it actually is.
Get a picture up.
I am
Get a
too.
picture up.
I mean,
get a video. Get a video.
they definitely.
I mean, that's like an alien land. That doesn't even
So
look
that's
like
the thing, is it?
cheese at all.
So it's a classic, like enemy.
Yeah, I would say that's more sandy. In fact, you can see the explosion of sand coming off of them as they come out of the ground. That does not look like cheese, Keith.
What, you think they just come out of the sand like smoothly?
Listen,
They
listen,
burst out of the sand.
I'm just
the
saying.
sand is going to explode.
I'm just-
as they burst out of
I don't know what cheese of yours looks like sand, but they are definitely pizza aliens coming out of
So
sand.
they are pizza
I'm
monsters
with-
that originated from the 1987 TV series. They are from the Dimension X, and they are monster pizza eating powder. Oh, the nicknames they have are the monsters pizza eating powder puffs. It's kind of weird,
Okay.
Okay.
That checks
but
out.
but yeah, they appeared in the episode "The Case of the Killer Pizzas."
Okay, Andrew, you're missing the point here. Can you please
Okay,
be the tiebreaker here?
I understand where Liz is coming from. If you did not know what these things were, that was my first impression. I was like, oh, yeah, they are sand monsters. Because, yes, you are in a sand world. And it clearly, the first area you see them, it's a sand pit. So I fully agree. But as soon as I saw him gnawing on your face, Liz, I was like, that's a pizza monster.
No, there's no doubt that it is a
Oh,
pizza
no,
monster.
yeah.
It's whether
Yeah,
or not it comes from sand.
that
is
is
it coming
Yeah,
from
nobody's
sand?
arguing that, Andrew.
That's stretchy,
I don't
drippy,
think. Were
drippy
you
cheese.
listening to the? Did it come from sand or did it come from cheese?
It came from sand. Okay. I'm with Liz. It came from sand.
It emerges
Because
from
you were-
sand,
Perfect.
but it is not made of sand.
I agree with that. They're not made of. They're made of cheese, but they emerge from
So you
sand.
kind of half
That's
you
correct.
you half agree with Keith and half agree with me.
I guess. Whatever
No,
ends this.
everybody agrees that they're pizza. The problem is that Keith believes
such a long
that the
argument.
beings have to be made of the thing they come from. You know, because if you go underground, that means you're made of rock and soil. No, you're not. You're not made of rock and soil, and you can come out of
That's what
out
I
of the
thought
ground.
Liz
There's
was
animals
saying.
that live in the ground.
I never
is what Liz
argued
is
that they
saying. There's
came
sand.
out of sand. I was arguing that they
How
were
dare
not
you.
made of sand.
How dare you? You are gaslighting everybody.
No,
in
but I
here,
think this whole
saying
argument
that
is,
that's not what you just.
I think this
argued.
whole argument are surrounded by the fact that I thought Liz said the pizza monsters were made of sand. So
No.
So really, we just argued about.
I
nothing
honestly
because
don't even
all
remember
of-
what I said.
This is a very argument.
Perfect.
Nothing.
Perfect. So who won? The answer
So
is
who
nobody.
came first, the chicken or
Nobody
the
won,
egg?
including the
Oh, yeah,
listener.
our listeners are definitely the losers in
We're
this
all-
conversation.
the loser here are the listeners that had to listen to this, and now they're like, I don't even care anymore, turning it off.
Okay, Liz, but what about worst boss, though? So that's your least favorite enemy, but did you have a least favorite boss?
I don't know. I didn't hate the rat guy as much as you did. I don't think there was any that I don't know.
So what I liked about some of these bosses, though, as generally pretty basic as they were, what I liked about them, they actually had kind of shortcuts and ways to make them weak. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but being a very simple game, you can just so there was some attacks that the bosses would do that you could actually damage them to make them go into a down state to do more damage. You didn't have to do it. You could just wait for the boss to finish their attack, and then they'd naturally go into a down state. But case in point, I think his name was like Technodrome. He was like the metal shredder. But he goes into your screen, and it becomes like a first-person view. And it didn't dawn on me where, till like my second playthrough, I'm like, oh, if I throw a soldier at the screen, it might hit him. And sure enough, that's what it did. Because I thought I just had to wait for him to keep punching me until he got tired and came down, and then I could hurt him. But I like that some of these bosses had these secret ways to tire them out. The metal turtle, Metalhead, I think his name was. I'm doing a great job remembering these names. He every once in a while, when he does a missile attack, he's invincible. But every once in a while, there's a rocket that's a dud, and you have to hit the rocket into him, and it stops his attack early. So I kind of liked the boss fights were simple enough, but had a little bit of interesting mechanics to them.
I actually
I think
thought.
it's funny.
No, go ahead, Liz.
I was just gonna say, I think that it's funny that you're talking about how you have to throw the people into the screen, because the only time I ever grabbed anybody, it was an
by
accident. Yep, I didn't do it deliberately one time. But I think that the bosses were kind of forgettable. You're talking about them now, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. But there's none that really stood out except for the rat guy for me.
I think he was just
And
generally
I
everyone's least
immediately
favorite.
started thinking of that song from Michael Jackson, Ben. Whenever I see Horde of Rats, I always think of that.
I don't know that song. I think you're going to say Beat It. Michael Jackson song, Beat It.
No, I think I don't know how it goes off the top of my head, but I know the one you're talking about. I know of the song.
Yeah, Willard. The movie Willard, they
Nope.
play that
Keith
song.
wants to argue with you.
No, again, I was just saying I've heard of the song. I just don't know how it goes. I actually think though, Andrew, I think even some of the enemies sort of had that. Those little turtle robots? The one, we had that one that just kept burrowing underground on us. If you did a dive attack on them, it automatically flipped them in one attack. You didn't have to try and wait for them to flip on an attack. So
I didn't notice that till later too.
Yeah, I
'cause
did
usually
it by
just
accident.
Did a super attack.
And I went, oh, okay. So yeah, even some of the standard enemies had some of those little things. I honestly thought, well, partly because by the time I fought him, you just told me to throw the guys at his mask. So I just thought that's what you had to do. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of a fun little aspect of it, I'll admit. I think one of the reasons I hated the Rat King so much, he is about the only boss I fought multiple times. A couple of them I fought a couple times, but I kept missing my final collectible on it, so I played the level 3 times instead of maybe 2. And then I went back and played it again with Shredder to get that achievement. So I ended up fighting him 4 or 5 times in total. Or Splinter, sorry. Yeah.
You can't play a Shredder.
Too bad. I wish you could. But I don't know. I fought him 4 or 5 times, and I think every other boss I fought once. And so maybe I didn't have as much of a reason to hate them, and that's why I hated him. But even the first time I did, he was so irritating.
Now, Andrew, even just this question, though, kind of raises a little bit of a red flag, right? You ask, which one was your favorite? Which one was your least favorite? We all can we're probably all in the same on our least favorite. And then you might have one that's your favorite. Can you name 3 others? That's a little bit of an issue. There's
Rocksteady and Bebop.
Shredder.
Okay,
there you go.
Hold up. Hold up. But do you really remember how that fight even played out? Like, we played this just 2 days ago, and there's 16 levels and more than 16 bosses, because I think the last one you play 2. And most of them kind of blend together.
For me too,
And
I agree.
Are you challenging me?
And-
Because I could probably do it.
I'm not even saying that. Because yes, you and me could name characters and villains in the Ninja Turtles, and obviously we can do that because we know that, and they literally have every villain possible in this. So yes, I believe you could do that. But I think you might then try and remember how they fought, like what were their moves, and were any of their moves similar to another character's moves?
Not really.
There's a lot. I would say there's probably almost half of them I would say are very samey in how they play
A lot
out.
of spinning.
I don't think there was ever one. Yeah, I don't think there was one. There is a lot of spinning. That is a very good point. And I don't necessarily say that that's a bad thing. I don't think this needs to have anything insane.
No, you're not. You're
But I
not
think
playing Elden
especially-
Ring boss levels here.
No, but I would say again, that was another modern element that if you're somebody used to modern games, where you could play something. I mean, Elden Ring is probably a good example. The first thing that popped into my head was like Cuphead, where Cuphead's bosses were all super unique, super varied, and really big. Where this, they're all kind of samey.
Yeah.
They all kind of do the same-ish type thing, except for the Rat King. I think the Rat King was one of the more unique ones of that group. And I think they just kind of blend a little bit.
Yes and no. I see where you're coming from, but it's hard for me to.
I would say half of
It's
them.
hard for me to agree with you because you also got to remember here. I beat this game 3 times. I beat it with Liz.
That's
I
a good
beat it with
point.
You,
That
and
is
then
a
I beat it
good
with
point.
Keith.
That is a valid
And
point.
actually beat it by myself too.
Well, as someone who doesn't really know the villains, I will say from like that perspective, I don't remember. I remember there were, like towards the beginning there was a duo, and then the duo was there again. I don't remember their names, their moves, anything.
That had to be Rocksteady, weren't they early?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, the second time that I faced duos, I couldn't even tell you if they were the same people. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think it's Bebop, Rocksteady, then both.
Yeah, they're both. in
No,
a car.
you do no, you do the race one first.
Yeah,
Or the
them in a
red one.
car.
Then you do the boss battle with them. Then you get the one that like burrows. Or no, it's
Dirt
the farm one.
Bag and Ground Chuck.
No, you do a
believe
farm.
those
I
are
thought
names.
it's a solo farm guy, but yeah, it's like it kind of just builds that way. I think the big thing when I'm thinking back on it is the bosses themselves felt like they did unique things. The ways that I fought them didn't, with the
Yeah.
exception of a
Oh,
couple.
yeah, it's still
Like,
Bash and X.
yeah, exactly. Like with the exception of like you said, whatever the guy is, where you throw the things at his face, or you can like. There's a couple little things, but
That's Shredder.
but really, it's just mash X, and so no matter what they're doing, it's avoid their attack and then mash X a bunch, and probably just try to taunt, get your special, and kill them that way.
I would say with the exception of the final boss battle, where Shredder is invulnerable
Oh yeah,
until he goes into a vulnerable state. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that stuck out to me because literally of the 15 other fights before it, nothing was really doing it that way. So it was like, oh, interesting. And Andrew obviously gave me tips on what was happening there. But like, I was trying to remember this. So one of the classic villains, what is the name? And Andrew might know off the top of his head. Who's the guy that's the professor that's a fly?
oh I can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about though.
Was it Berkman?
Where
Or-
do you
or
fight?
Braxton?
Where do you? I thought it was Beekman or something like that.
I think it's Braxton.
I think it maybe does have an X. You might be right. When do you fight him? I don't even remember
Like
this.
you don't
seeing him
remember
in
the
the game.
level? Yeah, he was level.
I know
Level
I saw him. I
12?
just don't remember fighting him. I literally played this 2 days ago. Keith played it a day ago, and even he was kind of having a hard time tracking which ones was happening when.
I think he's like level 12. Yeah, it's
How do you
Baxter.
remember what
Baxter
level?
Stockman.
Yeah, Stockman.
God, it's like I said, I played
How
this
did
game
you
a
remember
lot.
12? Yeah, that is really weird. I mean, that's very specific.
Because he's,
you were probably
play him
you were
before
probably
you
the
get
wrong
teleported
person to
into
challenge on
space.
this. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it reveals
That
the
might make
legs,
sense.
or no, it reveals the whole Krang robot, and he teleports you into space. And then you do the space levels.
Yeah, that might track. I thought you maybe played him on one of those levels where you were flying on your cool hoverboards.
Nope. Those ones you fight Wingnut.
Oh, did you guys like the flying ones? Because I remember playing with Melissa,
Those are awesome.
and Melissa hated them.
I
awesome.
actually liked them because I remember back in the day when the surfboard in the sewer, and at the end you fought Leatherface, and the Crystal Heist one that we played.
Yeah.
I remember that's when you fought Leatherface. I actually enjoyed those levels. They honestly really don't play much differently than any normal level. It just looks like you're moving, but you're kind of really not. But I love those levels because they had the best soundtrack. They had the best soundtrack whenever you did those levels.
Yeah, they were always. It was the Wingnut one, the flying, like real like flying one. That one it was like almost like Dragon Force. I think I'm thinking of that one.
Yep.
But yeah, they were all just super cool songs. It was definitely about it.
Seriously, I know we already talked about it, but this soundtrack is just a 10 out of 10. I love it. Even too, we didn't talk about the intro. So the intro, there's the opening cinematic, and it's honestly a really straight homage to the original cartoon. Like, I saw a side-by-side video of it on YouTube, and it's impressive, like, how close they got it to it. It's really cool. This game, like, just gave me goosebumps from nostalgia. And I try not to ride the nostalgia train, but this game did it for me. I wish...
Wow, goosebumps.
Yeah, I wish, though, they had Vanilla Ice's Go Ninja, Go Ninja.
That would
have been great if they could sing that in.
I'm not.
The Ninja
That's a Ninja Turtle rap.
Ninja Turtle rap, that's right.
See, this is really random, but I was thinking of this earlier, Aaron, when you were talking about like the midis. Do you remember when I had that website where it had like a million songs in MIDI form?
I think about this all the time.
Great website.
Because we would spend hours. Like, this is such like early internet crap that me and Keith would do. Keith found this MIDI website where they would take popular top 40 songs and turn them into MIDI files.
So bad.
And Keith would just scroll through it. I'd be like, "What's my name again? Play that one." And then it would play a MIDI version of that. And gosh, man, it was so pointless. But I think we spent hours. And then we tried to figure out how to get those into ringtones on, your crappy little flip phones back then. Like, what a pointless, stupid thing to do, and it was awesome. I wish I could find that website again. I would absolutely spend many hours on that.
The joy of early internet.
It was a great time.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, Andrew, did the graphics also give you goosebumps? I'm so glad that you are not the type of person that says goose pimples, but yeah, did it give you goosebumps?
I just picture him getting goosebumps and then a single tear rolling down his eye. And that cutscene kicked in.
Aaron, don't act like you didn't have the love of Ninja Turtles as much as I did, Aaron. Like, we grew up. Like, our favorite movie was Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. Or
why was it the only one
I don't know.
I remember how... Okay, I specifically remember how we got it, too. At our local grocery store, when you were a kid, if you went up to the bakery, they gave you a cookie and they punched a card for you. And one time we went in there and we were the 10th punch. So they give you a free cookie and a punch. I don't know why. And they were like, "Oh, congratulations, you guys won. Here's Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time." And it was the only one we owned. I don't know why, but
like, I don't even remember being a promotion. It was just
Secret of the
What grocery
Secret
store?
of the Ooze, I think it was
Shaw.
This was Market Basket.
Shaw's Market Basket. Yeah.
It was either Market Basket or
It was one of
Shaw's. For any of you listening, these are very New England sounding grocery stores, and that's Secret of the Ooze was the second one. That was the one with Ninja Turtles rap. That one had Bebop and Rocksteady. Yep. That one is probably considered the best of the Ninja Turtle movies. The first one,
which me and Liz
was
currently
pretty
own.
solid. I remembered as a kid the scene that messed me up the most, the scene where I was like, "Oh my gosh, the world is harsh," was when the Ninja Turtles get the crap kicked out of them and they have to go to like a secret hideout in a house, and Raphael is just laying in a bathtub with no water in it. And I was like, "Is he gonna die?" And then I was like, the world is cruel. And
I thought that
And the
was the
single
first
tear went
one.
down your face.
no, that was the first one.
Okay, that's
and
what I
that
thought, yeah.
that scene of him laying in the bathtub as a child was scarring because to me, my heroes were dying in front of me. And it stuck with me to this day. Still remember that.
And here, you try to call me out saying I'm crying while I listen to this.
I had a single tear roll down my eye just by the thought of it, and goosebumps all over me. It was crazy.
So, have you guys ever cried during a movie? Is there a movie that, besides Ninja Turtles, any of the movies that affected you?
Yes, I've been choked up in multiple movies.
He's mentioned this on his podcast.
Yes, so in the Real Movie Talk podcast, one of my all-time favorite recent films is the movie Arrival. And I went to the theaters to go see Arrival. And when I walked out of that movie, I probably spent a solid week and a half reliving that movie and what an impact that movie left on me. And I remember getting choked up as I was watching the movie when I was getting to the end, because I was like, once I realized what was happening, I was jarred. That movie messed me up. Most people, if you don't like a slow burn, you're not gonna like it. But man, I love that movie.
Give your other classic story, Aaron. Lion King.
Freaking Lion King. All right, so as a child, me and I'm pretty sure Andrew must have been there. We were out on our grandparents' farm out in Illinois, and we went out to go see The Lion King. And what was the most moving thing about The Lion King is Elton John's music to that movie, which is still iconic. And I'll never forget after seeing that movie, just like looking out on the wheat fields of Illinois and just hearing, "Can you feel the love tonight?" just in my heart. And it just struck me as a child. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so moved by that. And
That Elton John.
yeah, so I was absolutely moved by Elton John's "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." What a song and a movie. Wow.
The sight of baby Aaron just standing outside a cornfield weeping,
Just
thinking
emotional.
about Elton John.
Just so emotional after that movie. Because what's funny is I don't remember the movie moving me. I specifically remembered Elton John's ballad.
Not the father dying.
Just really hitting me. No, it was that ballad. Whew.
Personally, for me, I can't remember the last time I cried at a movie. I know when you did, Liz.
Oh
I
my-
won't say it.
Please, no, you have to say it.
So
What was
there's-
it? Because I know it's
No,
embarrassing.
because like
No, it's a
it was
good
the
movie.
first
Mighty
time I
Ducks.
ever cried in front of Andrew, and because like I don't like to cry in front of people, and it just happened, and it was like
It hit you hard.
We were watching Kubo, and
That's a good
Yeah.
and I wasn't expecting it. I've never cried during something before, and the movie ended, and Andrew left the room, and I just started. I couldn't stop it. I just started sobbing. It was so embarrassing.
Oh, you know what one got me secretly? Was the second How to Train Your Dragon movie.
I haven't
Really?
seen it.
Okay, in the middle of the film, I won't say, but a character passes away really unexpectedly. And it is filmed so beautifully that I remember, like, I'm sitting in a room full of people, and I'm like, whoa.
I will not be watching this movie.
Like, I kind of had to, like, I was like, why is this hitting me right now? Like, why is this happening to me right now? What is this?
I mean,
and that one hit me a little
Kids
bit.
movies have a way of doing that. Up,
It's so
hands
weird.
down, is probably one of the happiest, saddest movies, just start to finish. Like that 5 minutes at the beginning is probably the most heart-jerking moment.
Brutal.
And actually, it's really weird, but the end of Onward, I don't know if either of you guys even watched that one. It was like, I don't think a lot of people watched
No.
that Disney movie.
I feel like I know I
It's
watched
like
that
the
one.
It actually was really good. But like
I heard it was.
there's like a scene at the end, and it's these two brothers. They just have like this really like emotional moment, and I was like, oh, and like I felt myself choking up. Had to walk away. Kids were there. I couldn't cry in front of them.
Oh, I just remembered. Well,
Need
you
to
remind me
think
of two
of tough.
animated movies. Yeah. No, kids, I'm not crying. But you remind me of two.
cry.
I got a little choked up on Toy Story 3 when they're about to go in the furnace. That one got me a little bit. And even 2 at the end of that one. But Inside Out, when the imaginary friend passes.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
that got me a little bit too.
Yep.
That one was a little rough. But no. As far as the kids,
Man, this took a really sad turn.
Sorry.
We were talking about what gave you goosebumps, and now we're like,
makes you
when
cry.
did you realize life was short and you're going to
I think
die
this was my
soon?
fault. I think I'm the one that steered us in this direction.
Yeah, a little bit.
Also, everyone you love right now will be dead in dust very soon.
So Ninja Turtles. So
Achievements are.
They're pretty good in this game.
oh yeah. There's a couple difficult ones, and Aaron, you made a good point when you brought it up, or might have been Keith. I think it was you, Aaron. But yeah,
It was me. It was 100% me. Don't you dare give
yeah.
it to Keith.
The achievements, a majority of them are secret achievements.
That was
And yeah, it's kind of annoying, but luckily Microsoft has patched it where you can now reveal secret achievements. This game, I will say, does not need secret achievements. Especially too, because some of them are very specific. Case in point, one of them is you play as Casey and your friend has to play as Raphael and you have to high five each other. It's like, if you did not know, like,
That's from the movie.
I understand that's a movie reference, but why does it need to be a secret achievement? How are you going to figure that out? Besides looking it up.
I think probably because of the movie. Like, I agree with you that it's kind of a weird hidden thing because it's so specific, but it kind of makes me think of, do you remember the one in Rain on Your Parade where you had to wear the snake costume and then go undetected on a level or something like that?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's one of those things that they put the pieces in front of you to play with and they kind of want you to take the bait, I guess. But
Ain't nobody got time for that.
maybe they do. I don't know. We don't. Sure. Maybe somebody
Well,
does.
I apologize.
Maybe
if I
somebody
really
wants to
surprised
cry
the
over
people that-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will do that for nostalgia.
Andrew, did you 1,000 the game?
No, I'm at like 720, I think. I don't know if I think all 1,000 because there's another achievement where you beat Super Shredder with taking no damage.
No, it's gonna be annoying.
That's a little annoying. And there's another one where you have to
Just
get
do it, you
There's another
win.
one where you have to get max level with all the characters. That's just a lot of time. I don't care
I
for
think I was at
Get
like,
over yourself and just do it.
that. Oh, you convinced me.
I think I was at like 550, and then Keith, you were ahead of me in the 600s. I
think
did a bad job this week looking up the scores.
I think I was in the high 600s. I played a little
Yeah.
bit more last night.
But let's get to our final thoughts here because we probably spent a good chunk of this episode talking about sad movies. So anyway, Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. For me, I thought this game was a ton of fun. If you are playing with people in the same room, I think you'll have a more enjoyable time because I found the online connectivity to be slightly spotty. But if you grew up in the 90s, like all of us here, you probably grew up with Ninja Turtles, and this is a definite game for you. This is just a fun, simple experience. If you are new and younger, you may not enjoy it as much. The gameplay is very simple. If you're coming home from school with a bunch of your buddies, it is just a fun game to play with your friends, just to sit down and having a 6-player co-op. It's just a crazy time. But soundtrack's great. This is it's mindless. So for me, this is a solid 80.
So I guess I'll go because I think I was the bridge between you and Aaron here. It's a game. I agree. I think it's the nostalgia that really gets it. I think I'm actually surprised to hear you give it an 80 because you so quickly stamped it as a definite game that it's weird.
I didn't
that
stamp
you-
it as a definite
Oh,
game. I
that's
said
a good
close
point.
to a definite game.
Okay.
Your face.
So it's
I think coming from Keith though, that's
A definite game is like a game I could recommend this to just about anyone, and I think this is a game I could recommend to just about anyone. It's simple.
I mean, yeah, okay. If we're talking accessibility, sure, it's that. But this is where I don't know, our scores never make any sense because we don't have any real system. Mostly me, I think. I don't know, but I think it's.
I was just
great.
gonna say, I think you're the one that doesn't have the system, Keith.
Well, I don't know. Andrew really threw me off this week. Is what I'm saying. Is that. So I was gonna give this game an 84, and I am gonna give it an 84 because I don't know. I think that's a good score because there's things that I think it could have been better at, but I think that in the big picture, if it went too far down that path, it just becomes a completely different game, and it wasn't what it was trying to be, even though I still don't think it fully knew in some ways. But I think it overall nails it, and I mean, just the music alone adds points to whatever I was going to put onto there. So I think it's an 84 is a solid good score for this game. I was gonna give it an 86 because that's the year I was born, and so it just feels like it should deserve a really good number like that. But 84 is a better score.
Oh, okay. So The Lion King, that gets an 80. Arrival gets a 98. But most importantly, Ninja Turtles, man, Keith, you nailed it. I think it's an 84. What's holding this thing up here, I say, obviously the nostalgia. It literally gets every possible villain that I could think of that you would put into this thing. The controls are nice and tight. There's plenty of callbacks to things that if you enjoyed this stuff in the past, you'd love it. The soundtrack is outstanding. And gosh, I didn't play this as a couch co-op, but I've got to say this is probably the perfect type of couch co-op because it's easy for anybody to play. I don't think there's just the controls are so simple. The rules are so simple. Even dying doesn't really do a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of consequence there. That there just really is perfect across the board in that sense. And for that, yeah, I think it deserves an 84. It's a pretty darn good game, and that's what I'm rating it.
So real quick, if you are wondering, the soundtrack is on Spotify.
Oh heck yeah!
Nice.
I figured it would be. Because it sounded like it was professionally, like it was made to be replayed. So yeah, I'm checking that out.
I'm gonna give it a 75. It seems low compared to your scores, but I don't think I played the original games. I would rather watch the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie, and I feel like it's rare that I say I'd rather watch the movie. You know, books are always better than the movies, and
you just did not have a fun time playing video games with me. You're like, I'd rather watch a movie than spend time with Andrew.
We can watch the movie together. For me, it was too short, not enough. There was no character development. I wanted more from the turtles, the turtles.
I have to say, I get that you would always rather read the book than watch the movie, but I don't think there's ever been a time where you have said, "Boy, I am glad that this is a game." It is always, "Boy, I wish this was a movie."
Yeah.
We had a tentative bit lined up for you, or sketch of could this game be a movie?
What about Mass Effect? I think that probably is a game you were glad that was a game and not a movie.
She's thinking hard about that.
Are you serious? You don't remember Mass Effect? Liz, it was the game you beat twice. You enjoyed it so much.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Nope, I remember. I remember.
You have such a short memory. We played that not even a month ago.
We have played so many games. I just need like a little hint of what it was.
Oh my word. So are you glad that was a game and a movie?
What?
Are you glad that was a game and not a movie? Never mind, forget the question. Anyway, go into the other one.
Oh, Mass Effect. I'd have to play it again. I don't remember if I think it would be a good movie again. All right. Metacritic for Xbox One, 87 and 8.2. So our other co-host has not been playing this game yet.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I've been your Hardcore Gamer host, Andrew. You can find me on Xbox Live Firebird0952. If you have any game suggestions, please, we'd love to hear it. Email us at gamepassgraphic@gmail.com or Facebook or Twitter at GBGBpod. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. Now that everyone has loved you, where can they find you?
You know, lately I've been killing it on Instagram at Real Movie Talk Pod, because that's it. That's literally all I do.
I love a good Insta. So. Andrew hates abbreviations, by the way.
Stop telling people what I hate. People are using it against me.
I just posted a great side-by-side image of Jake Gyllenhaal, who will be playing the lead role in the new Roadhouse movie. They are remaking Roadhouse. And, yeah, I posted him right up next to Patrick Swayze. Feathered, mullet, and all. It's a great image.
They're remaking everything.
It's stupid. Why would you mess with Swayze?
I know, I was just going to say, who would want to be that role?
Jake Gyllenhaal, I guess. Money probably said he does.
It's pretty ballsy of him.
You know, we've been doing this thing for a couple of years now where, like, oh, let's go live action Lion King. Let's go live action of, whatever cartoon. When are we just going to start cartoonifying more live action movies?
Now
I need a cartoon John Wick series.
Now we are talking.
Maybe
I
a
like
good
this.
Saturday morning cartoon of Fast and the Furious. It
art
would
style
take
of
them
Pixar.
many years to catch up to the movies in terms of count, but I'd get up on Saturday morning to watch that cartoon. Just saying. Hear me out. Listen to me, Hollywood.
These
Good
are the
ideas.
hard-hitting ideas Hollywood's looking for. Yeah.
Like we apparently started a movie podcast here.
Aaron brings the movies.
Oh, did
I mean, that was a good suggestion.
I mean, I guess that's as good as any outro I would do. I think I found that website, Aaron, though, so stand by. I got to check it out. The MIDI website.
Oh, please send it my way.
You know I will.
And I'm Lizanoop, gamertag Commandant Dean, and I'm on Twitter at Lizanoop. No, I'm on Twitter at Lizanoop, New Busy W. Yep. Say it every single week, and I still can't get it.
Hi, everyone. Love you all. And cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
Pizza party.